Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Crimes, Killers, Cults.
And baked goods you don't want.
Good one. And, of course...
I was going to say soap, but that's just a little too on the nose to start off with.
A little Fight Clubby.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Look at this swamp witch.
I'm Bill. And
I'm Kevin. Hi.
Yeah. Joining me once again is Kevin, History Goon, host of the amazing History podcast.
Well, according to some people, it's not that good, but because I'm inconsiderate.
Okay. Well, I guess we should put a knife in that.
So it's like, were you upset about me being rude to dead royals or being rude to dead Nazis? So I'm going to leave that up to the reviewer to answer that question because I don't really care either way. They both sucked.
Right. So what do we got tonight? Because guess what, everybody? Kevin's got the hosting chair tonight.
I do. Did you want to do some shout-outs first?
Shout-outs.
Yeah, let's do those.
I wasn't ready for shout-outs.
Oh, actually, I have a shout-out, too, that I'd like to do after yours are done.
Okay, well, I'm not going to try to find this one in particular because it's in an email from eBitch.
Oh, eBitch, again. Well, we love her.
Well, yes, we do. And as of right now, she has the only CKCA shirt in existence. I don't even have one. But she loved our last episode with Kent McGowan. She thought
who didn't though?
She thought the story was incredible, and she definitely wants us to have him on again.
I would love to get him on again.
Oh, we're going to. He wants to come on again. Also, like on the socials, there's Nicholas Andrew, like one of my OG listeners.
Oh yeah.
Several people have commented on the name change and say it's a good thing. You know, it was a good idea.
And actually, I believe I could do a shout out for my show from him as well. I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm pretty sure that he left a review. I just got to get it up here. So this was episode number. Oh God, I don't know. It was my botched executions episode. It's from like season 1. This guy with just a string of numbers here says, "Dude, you're so off the facts and inconsiderate with your comments. It's pitiful. It's pitiful listening for 5 minutes and I was out." Okay. I'm sorry that I don't have any sympathy for dead royalty.
Yeah, right.
I really wanted to respond by saying, "Thanks, glad you didn't like it." But I didn't.
Oh, by the way, hold on.
Like as an American, I couldn't give a wet fart about British royalty back then or even now. Like I just don't care. They don't do anything for me. You know.
I just did.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. Can I do a quick shout out? Not that I would expect anybody involved with this to listen to this, hopefully, because most of them are too young to listen to this. But I want to do a shout out to the now Division 4 Vermont State Baseball champions, the MSJ Mounties, including, I'm going to share something and try not to bawl my eyes out because we had the championship game last night and my nephew plays for them. But we went into this game as the 3rd seed for the division, going up against the 1st seed who have gone to the championship game 6 years in a row, and they've won 5 of those.
Nice.
I'm sorry, they'd won 4 of those until last night. And they went out and beat them 3-0. So this is the picture that's going to get to me, though, is my brother. Because, like...
Aww.
Very proud papa, and then there's just me being a dickhead because I have to. I've got to give him garbage, and very proud of those kids. Yeah. They went out and they played their asses off and showed that they wanted it more than the other guys. So,
well,
it was a good night. It was a good night. We sat close. Yes. as I wipe my tears. Anyway, we're not here to talk about baseball. We're here to talk about a crazy old Italian woman.
What's her name?
Her name is Leonarda Cianciulli, as I slide my thing over here so I can read. No, not there. There. And
I'm just glad I didn't have to try to say that last name. I would have butchered it. But anyway.
Sienna Cianciulli. And it's the most Italian last name that I've ever seen. It's Cianciulli. Like
Cianciulli. Cancer cool. Cancer cool, eh? Cancer cool, eh?
How they didn't use this last name on The Sopranos with how Italian it is,
no,
I have no
kidding.
idea. Like it's
no kidding.
And it hits everything. It hits all the things that Tony talks about when they're getting, they're being discriminated against for being Italian. Like, oh, because my last name ends in a vowel. Yeah, kinda.
My last name sometimes ends in a vowel.
It does. It is sometimes a vowel.
But my name isn't Italian. It's British.
No, I was going to say that's very British Isles.
Yep. So, what did she do?
She did some awful shit. But we're going to start right at the beginning.
Okay.
Because of all of the awful things she did, her childhood, surprisingly, wasn't great.
No,
it may come as a shock that somebody with a bad childhood
grew up
had some stuff happen.
Do the stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually slide that over here. Sorry, I'm tinkering. So I've got you now on my second screen, and I've got this in front of me, so I can actually read it. And look like I'm looking at the camera. A little behind the scenes as to how the sausage is made. Well, the soap in this case, I guess, but that's okay. Leonarda Cianciulli was born April 14th, so missed her birthday by a little bit, in 1894 in Montella, which is a small village in the province of Avellino. And Is
it next to maybe a town called Williamie?
Is it?
Montella?
Oh, man. If you understood that reference, it's time to schedule a prostate exam. The sad part is, it's true. Which so it's about 65 kilometers from Salerno in Italy, which I believe is in the southern part of it. I didn't look into it, unfortunately.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's no Williams or any variation of it anywhere near
probably
there, so.
Not. I mean, Italian Americans, sure, but Italians, probably not.
Probably not. I don't know. You said Montella, and my mind just went there.
I was like, "Oh, Bill." And the province that she's from, Avellino. The only reason I can pronounce that is because we have a pizza shop here called Avellino's. Used to be really good. It kind of sucks now, but that's what happens with ownership changes when people die.
Okay, so she was a soap maker, huh?
Not by trade. It was more of a hobby.
Oh, okay.
So just to be clear, her childhood wasn't just like bad. It was a parfait of badness. There's layers to it, like an onion.
You beat me to it.
If you understand that reference, you're probably sore when you wake up. Because that's from Shrek.
Yes, I know.
Oh, man. And we're having fun now because we're not going to have fun later. And all of this started like well before she was born. Her mother, Amelia, was by all accounts a pretty attractive woman from a reasonably well-to-do, like well-known family in the area. Her father, Mariano Cianciulli, on the other hand, was a gambler, a raging alcoholic, and a guy that worked just hard enough to maintain his habits. Put it that way.
Okay. I've never resembled that remark. I've always been a very highly functioning
if you're going to be an alcoholic, at least be a functional one, right?
Yeah.
That's what I always did.
Which I was. I was very functional. I never called in because I was hungover.
I mean, did I show up to work drunk a couple of times still? Yeah.
Maybe.
Who doesn't when you're in your early 20s?
I haven't, as a truck driver, I've never done that.
Well, that's because you're like driving truck, you're not allowed to, but like I was cooking chicken, so. I mean, I could have been drinking in the parking lot as long as my mom wasn't on shift. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I've worked as a cook in restaurants before, and let's just say that, yeah, a lot of. There's one restaurant in particular where there was always a cooler full of beer in the back, out the back door.
Now, the other question is, how many times did you have to babysit someone that was on drugs when you were at work at the restaurant?
I think a better question was, how many times didn't I have to do that?
I had one guy that was working with me that one night he was washing dishes and he just starts screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I go, like, because I'm like cleaning the fryers, and I go running back. I'm like, you okay? And he's like, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? He's like, I put my hands underwater and they disappear. Like, I'm like, you okay? Because he was always like stoned when he was at work. Whatever, no big deal.
Was his name Annie?
No.
Oh boy, it's going to be one of those nights.
His name was Matt, and I'm not sure if he's still with us or not, unfortunately. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, I did a bunch of acid on break. Like, how much? And he's like, I brought 6 with me, and I've got 1 left. You want it? And I went, fucking no, dude. I'm like 17. I'm not going to do acid and then drive home.
Damn.
But then, like, he got to the point where he would put his hands under the water and laugh, and then bring it back up and go, it was fucking insane. Anyway, so her father was not a well-to-do member of society, as we've stated here. And he developed a little bit of an obsession with Amelia, partly because he wanted her, like, in the worst way.
Her dad. Her dad?
Yeah. Yeah, her dad wanted her mom, like, real bad. But because they're in different socioeconomic levels, that can't happen. So what happens when you want something really badly and you can't get it the right way?
Well,
sometimes you take it.
I go without.
Yeah, I do too. But we're both reasonably well-adjusted adults.
That's debatable, but okay.
I mean, as we sit here at 10:30 at night recording a podcast,
right?
And part of the reason that he wanted her, other than the fact that she was attractive, is because of the fact that she was
this is his own daughter.
No. This is her father and her mother.
Gotcha.
But the other reason that he wanted her badly is because of the disparaging differences there in classes.
He wanted to level up.
He did. And one night when Amelia was walking home from a party, she'd been having a good time, hanging out with, like, the higher up social people. And she was actually seeing a guy at the time. Mariano shows up outside. He's drunk on whatever that wine is that has, like, the wicker basket around it that's like $3 a jug at Walmart. That shit. He's
no idea.
Hammered on that.
Too bad you didn't tell me about that, because I could have had our buddy Michael Lang look into that for us, because he is a connoisseur of fine wine in addition to being a crack promoter.
As long as he's not a crack dealer, I mean. So he approaches her and is like, "Hey, you're pretty cute," He's sloshed, and she's like, "Yeah, that's great." And she starts walking home, and she starts hearing footsteps behind her.
Uh-oh.
And it's not her guy that she's been there all night with. It's the father of her child that's about to happen. He forced himself on her. Yeah. So he did exactly what you think he did. And she didn't really make it too far, because he physically attacked her, dragged her off the side of the road, and then after finding out she was pregnant, her parents found this guy, and they didn't do the right thing. They didn't, like, physically emasculate him.
They made her marry him.
Yeah, they had Bill, they got this guy and they said, we want to talk to your parents. And they had a big sit down with both families. And because, it's very, very Roman Catholic in Italy, the parents decided that what would be in the best interest of this poor woman that's been raped on the side of a street somewhere is for her to marry the man that did it. So, yeah. Amelia went to her mother after this and was like, can you help me here? Like a little bit of backup. And her mother told her that she had to marry him because, oh, hold on here. I lost my spot. Fuck.
Amelia.
She told Amelia, I'm sorry.
Who's Amelia?
That's Leonarda's mother.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Usually we're going way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So she obviously doesn't want to marry this guy. And her mother told her that you have to because you gave up your purity to him.
Not by choice.
Correct. So our now unhappy little family settles in for a pattern of pretty regular misery. Mariano would continue to rape Amelia pretty regularly. And just to spice things up, he also started beating her. Because you got to mix it up every once in a while,
Yeah.
Oh,
he
gross.
read somewhere that relationships that are unpredictable usually succeed.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's a relationship that only one person wants.
Yeah.
So they're constantly moving from one like little apartment to another because, again, this is the late 1890s, early 1900s. She's not allowed to work because, she's a mom and stuff. And the only work that he can do is making just enough money to keep buying alcohol and gambling, because that's what addicts do, believe it or not. We have a tendency to put the thing that we need in front of the needs of other things, unfortunately. And
the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many.
Yep. And it is a struggle as someone who has been through that before, not with gambling and just alcohol and tobacco, but I've switched over to nicotine, so I'm good now.
Yeah, likewise. That's why I vape.
Exactly. I've been doing my Zins for a little bit now. I gave them up for Lent because my mom wanted me to, so I did. And then I went like up until a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, something's not right here. I can't focus. And I popped one in and went, oh, that's why, because I needed that. And it actually helps. So believe it or not, nicotine does have health benefits, but I digress. So they're always moving. And then when Amelia goes into labor to have wee Leonarda, she does it alone because Mariano is out with the boys. Had to have been a Saturday night.
See you later, babe. I'm going out with the boys.
My water just broke. Oh, man, that sucks. I'm going to get some beers. So during her labor, she actually lost consciousness more than once. And the last time she lost consciousness, she woke up to, hey, surprise, a baby. So she was unconscious when she gave birth to her daughter.
I don't really think it was that much of a surprise, though. She knew it was coming any time anyway.
Right, but to wake up from one and being like, oh, shit, I'm done already, I guess.
Well, hey, you couldn't ask for a better scenario for a birth. Just like going to sleep and wake up. Okay, cool.
I don't know if I've ever told the story on here. When my ex-wife went in she was induced. She was induced like 2 weeks early for Declan. And they didn't give her the hypodermic. They just kind of like numbed her basically everywhere. They bring her into the operating room and they drop this like blue tarp thing down over with like a window at it. So it's like her head and then the tarp, and then you don't see anything else because I'm sitting up by her head. And they're like, okay, we're going to start the incision. Okay, we're going to start moving some stuff around. And as they're doing that, I'm like, this sounds really familiar. And it clicked in my head. I'm like, this is what it sounds like when you process a deer, like taking everything out.
No shit.
And I was like, that's not don't think about it like this. This is your wife. This is your son. Don't think about it like that. And then, like 20 seconds later, here's screaming. So
when, I told you, we were talking before we started. I told you that my ex-wife, the mother of my teenage daughter, is 10 years younger than me. Well, that was, her first kid, and I had already, I have a older daughter, but so she's pregnant. She's probably about maybe 2 months away from giving birth, and we're stocking up on. That's when we decided we were going to stock up on diapers.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing she does is she grabs a size 3 off the shelf, and she goes, "Is this what we need?" I'm like, "You better hope you're not giving birth to a size 3.
Not for a couple months, dude."
She's like, "What?" I said, "We need this size 1."
Yeah.
I said, "Size 3 is for like 16 pounds. You better hope you're not giving birth to a 16-pound baby."
So after Declan was born, when they first weighed him, he was like 8 pounds something. We're like, all right, cool. The next morning he's 5.5 because he was early. Right. So he was in a 0 for like a couple of weeks. But of course, like the baby shower, everybody's like, oh, we're going to buy diapers, blah, 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 blah. So we've got like 20 boxes of like 1 to 3. And then we must have gotten 50 boxes of like 4 to 6. And by the time he's in a 4, he's potty trained. Like, so she probably still has a closet full of size 6 diapers. I can give somebody her address if they need them.
Sell them on Marketplace.
Yeah. He's like, I was cleaning up my my closet in the kitchen, and I was like, I still got fucking diapers in here. Throw them out. Like, so she wakes up and she sees this tiny, tiny little person and immediately hates her because of everything she represents. Because you might want to keep your finger on that one for this episode. Because if you think about it, she's the personification of everything that she's lost,
Yeah.
This is not the person she wanted to have children with. She looks like her, who she also hates because she's with the person she didn't want to have children with. And then immediately after she has this kid, Mariano just disappears for about 3 years or so. Went out for smokes.
He went on walkabout.
Yeah. Amelia decided one day to go looking for him, and she found him in a coma at one of his drinking buddies' houses, and by all accounts had him loaded into a wheelbarrow kind of thing and dragged his ass home. Not to save him, but to make sure that he actually died this time. She watched him die.
Oh wow!
To make sure that he was gone.
So it was basically an alcohol-induced suicide. So she didn't murder him. It was a suicide. It was basically an overdose.
Essentially, yeah.
Oh wow! I mean, didn't see that coming.
I think you'd have to drink a lot to go comatose. I mean, I've drank a lot before. I've never gone into a coma. I've passed out, but never,
Well, I mean, still, but she didn't kill him though.
No.
He just died because he had drank too much.
So, I mean, she didn't kill him, but at the same time, she kind of did. Because she brought him home to make sure he died. To make sure that none of his buddies could wake up and be like, oh shit, Mariano's like out for the count. We should maybe see if a doctor can help him. This was like, no. I got this. I'm going to make sure this piece of shit dies. I don't want him around.
Well, I'm not going to, I'm not going to say that he didn't deserve it.
Oh, he totally deserved it. Totally deserved it.
Right.
at the funeral, like after every mourner is left, she knelt in front of his gravestone, actually cursed him, and then spit on the tombstone, which is like the most Italian grandmother that hates somebody's thing that she could have done. She put an actual curse on this man's dead body. You know, she then turned to her daughter and said that he never wanted her, and said that they'd both be better off without him.
Probably true.
She's not completely wrong.
Right. Although, but still, I mean, that child had, Leonarda had no, she didn't have any say in what happened either. So,
right.
I mean,
it's like she has no say in it, and she also doesn't. It's going to sound bad, but she still doesn't stand a chance. Is the part that sucks.
Right.
Within a year, Amelia remarries a man with a little bit more money, and the two of them spent their time going out and just enjoying themselves while leaving Leonarda at home to fend for herself.
You're going to make me feel bad for Leonarda.
For a second. So they're leaving basically a let's put it in a window, a 3 to 5 year old by herself. I don't leave a 4-year-old alone by himself in a different room.
No.
Her mother, the only time that her mother paid attention to her was to lovingly beat her, or finding any kind of fault that she could for any kind of minor infraction to beat her. And this is the entirety of this poor girl's childhood, is just being neglected. And then the only time a parent's paying attention to you is to beat on you. At 12 years old, Leonarda tied a noose made of bed sheets together and tried to kill herself.
Damn.
The knot came loose before she could, complete her task, thankfully. But the problem is when she fell, she crushed her larynx and she couldn't speak for about a week. And her mother didn't notice and didn't care. And about a year later, she tried and failed again. So between 12 and 13, we have 2 unsuccessful suicide attempts.
Why wouldn't she just put the baby up for adoption?
I don't think her parents would let her.
Oh, that's right. They made her marry the son of a bitch in the first place.
Yep. I don't think they would have let her. Where instead of giving this child a chance to thrive with someone who would actually love her and care for her, even though they're not her biological parents,
Right.
I have a big problem with that. I don't like that at all. Also like, and it's not even like the whole baby farming aspect of it, because that wouldn't be what it is, I don't think. And even if it was, she would have had a better chance than what she had, I think. Yeah. Honestly. So the second one, man, holy shit. She swallowed broken glass to try to do it. And we have a third attempt where she tried to throw herself in front of a train, which also failed.
How did that fail?
I don't know if maybe she misjudged the distance and came up short, or, overshot her target. But she's not even a teenager yet, technically. We have 3 unsuccessful suicide attempts.
Damn.
And now would be the time to say, if you're having thoughts of hurting yourself, call somebody. There's Definitely. all kinds of lines for that. It's not worth it.
No.
But through all of this, she remained deeply religious. She's attending churches, very, very, very strong Catholic ties.
But of course.
And at the same time...
Well, then, I mean, every sperm is sacred. The Catholics know this.
Yeah. So, I mean, as much good as there is with it, there are definitely faults, you know? But like at the same time that she is still deeply Catholic, she's also developing a little bit of an interest in like believing in curses and fortune tellers and the occult and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I wrote this as fortune tellers, so I didn't get yelled at for calling them gypsies, but I just did. So,
you know he's gonna say it. He won't sugarcoat it.
We had to rename
you
him
might
off
even
because of it,
say he's a loon. That's history, Goon.
And like that's one of those words. It's just fun to say. Like
I know. I just wasn't sure if we were going to get a chance to use it, so I just went ahead and threw it in.
And I'm sorry if I offended the one person that listens to this that might want to refer to themselves as a gypsy because they're like Romanian or something. Whatever. It's fine. You do you. Just don't steal my wallet. So I work with a guy that spent like a decade in the army, and he was stationed in Romania for a while. And he's like, they're great people, but you can't trust them. Like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, if you turn around wrong, they will take your fucking watch without you even realizing it.
Damn.
It's like, holy shit, dude. So the part that's really strange here is she's basically developing her own religion because she's not making any kind of distinction between Catholicism and whatever this gypsy black magic shit that she's doing. Because like in her mind, it's the same side. It's the opposite side of the same coin, which is kind of strange. It kind of reminds me of, is it Haitian voodoo?
American politics?
That too? Is it Haitian voodoo or is it like hoodoo? I can't remember which one it is, but it's like Catholicism and old school African stuff that they brought with them, and they just smashed them together. But obviously it's not Haitian because she's Jamaican.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. I can't think of it, but I know what you're talking about. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but oh well.
Yeah, where you got like a figure of Jesus here, and then like right next to it, you got Papa Shango or whatever his name is. I know he was an old wrestler, but
yeah, it's but yeah, it's just I know what you're talking about.
So in her mind, God and the devil are both real. They're both accessible at any point in time, and they both have potential usefulness. This combination is going to come up later in a big way.
Well, the problem with that is there's strings attached when you mess with the devil.
There absolutely is.
So put a knife in that?
Sure. Yeah. Put a ladle in that.
I don't have a ladle.
You might want to find one. By her early 20s, Leonarda had grown into a fairly attractive woman, which you can't tell from the picture that we showed earlier.
No.
And because she is now pretty like her mother was in her early 20s, this pisses her mother off because she's like, I remember when I was pretty.
Oh my God.
You know? And she's been like secretly meeting with like wealthy, eligible men behind her daughter's back, trying to use her to like claw her way back into a higher level of society from being married to a drunk gambling rapist to get back up a little bit higher, you know?
Damn it, we're on opposite sides of the screen again.
I've got mine shrunk down, so you're above me. Because I was trying to look over on the other side to see you, and I'm like, this is going to look really weird, so now I just have to look slightly over. So she's making plans that her daughter is not privy to. And Leonarda, for her part, she's been seeing a guy for a few years now. Things are pretty serious, but because he is a lowly postal worker in her mother's eyes, this can't happen. Which, I mean, now, fuck, you got a union job with that. Like,
yeah, right.
You get all the holidays off. But this guy's name is Rafael Pasanarde. He's 7 years older than her. He was a good dude, and he genuinely loved her. He treated her well, but he didn't have money, and that bothers Mother Amelia like immensely.
So she's essentially trying to level up the same way her baby daddy did.
Correct. Instead of just being happy for her daughter for finding someone who's treating her well.
No, you need to get with a rich guy that's going to treat you like shit.
Exactly. But if he treats you like shit, it's fine because he's got money.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you, Bill, how many things I've seen on Instagram where women are like, I would date a guy that cheated on me if he was really rich. Society's fucked. Like, our species is going downhill at a rapid speed. Yep. So she gets married to Raphael, our postal worker here. All of the family on both sides attends, except her mother.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Yep. So after they get married, Leonarda goes back to her mother's house to collect all of her stuff, and Amelia's there, and she lost her mind. She starts screaming, just complete rage monster.
I'm having Henry Lee Lucas flashbacks right now.
And then in the most Italian part of this story, puts a curse on her daughter's marriage. Leonarda, who very strongly believes in curses, the way that most people would believe in, like gravity, basically, takes this completely seriously. Over the next several years, she developed what doctors would call epilepsy. So she's having convulsions, like small-scale seizures, periods of intense stress that would manifest physically. I can relate to that. But she never went to a doctor because she was convinced that the seizures were caused by her mother's curse and that no doctor was going to believe it.
Damn.
Would you do you think a doctor would believe that?
No.
Okay, good.
I would think that the seizures were caused by something else.
Yeah, like a weird genetic thing generally, or stress, or abuse.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident you can beat seizures into people.
Probably.
Enough head trauma will do it. I mean, look at all these like football players and stuff that have seizures CKCA, after they're retired.
Yeah.
So she went to a traveling Romani fortune teller instead of a doctor.
Of course she did.
Yeah. So here's where we kind of need to give you a little like practical advice. If a fortune teller, a palm reader, a psychic, or anybody in that general line of work, oh God!
If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to get the things back. I'm trying to get the pictures back and where they're supposed to be.
Oh, you're good.
I was telling the listeners.
Oh, sorry.
Well, the viewers.
So like this person is telling her all of this different stuff that she should do. Don't listen to them because they are snake oil salesmen. All of them. If psychics knew anything, there wouldn't be so many like out of business psychic shops, I don't think.
True.
Miss
Cleo.
How did you know you weren't going to go out of business?
Yeah, right.
Didn't read my tea leaves correctly.
I knew you were going to come see me. Oh, really? What's my name?
I'm getting a T. Ted. My name's Bill. Fuck.
Hi, Bill.
You know a Ted though. No, I don't. Shit. Somebody's got to get me a TV show. What was that guy's name? Oh my God. Where he would just cold read the entire audience and just like throw a name out. They're like, I know a Jim, and he's like, I knew you did.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much difference between those types of fortune tellers and the televangelists.
No. So Leonarda sat down across from this woman and immediately volunteered the fact that she's afraid of dying at a young age because of the curse, And the palm reader's like, oh, yes, I see that. She's like, the Cheeto dust is telling me that you're scared. And she's like, oh, yes. Quote,
I was having a conversation with my ex one time, and we were talking about like fortune tellers and stuff like that. She was like, well, a lot of times they can be really good. It's like, like pretty accurate. It's like because they ask you probing questions.
Yes.
Like, and I used Tom Brady, for example, because this was around the time when he had come to Tampa Bay. And I said, well, take Tom Brady, for example. If, let's say, he decided that he was going to go to a fortune teller because he was nervous about, his how his career was going to be after his move. I said, so let's say he walks into a fortune teller's office. The fortune teller has absolutely no clue about who he actually is or anything like that. Hi, my name's Tom. What brings you here today? Well, just moved here, just transferred here for a new job. I'm kind of wondering, well, what's your job like? Well, it's pretty physical. Do you make a lot of money? Yeah, I make good money. Well, and she should just keep asking questions like that, and she would pretty much, be able to figure out. And I really wish I had been recording this when I said all this, because it was really good. And I don't remember what the hell I said, but basically, it's ultimately she could have gotten out of Tom Brady that he was going to be very successful and more than likely win another football championship.
Yeah.
Which he, of course, did. So
he strikes me as the kind of guy that would just like walk around with the Super Bowl rings on, though. And she's like,
as soon as he left the AFC East, I liked him.
as a lapsed Patriots fan, I didn't like him when he played for them. I just thought he was a smug prick. And turns out I was right.
The Bucks were my dad's team, so I was thrilled that his team has now won 2 Super Bowls since the last time the Dolphins have.
Yeah, then you don't have to play him as often.
That too.
So this fortune teller says, quote, you're not going to die for a long time. You're going to live a long life full of sadness, and you're going to outlive all of your children. This kind of broke her. She and Raphael wanted a family more than anything. And she wanted to have a big family because, again, not to be that guy, Italian. Like, if there's people that breed more than the Irish, it's the Italians. As someone who lives in an area with a lot of them, like, there's a lot of them.
Or fundamentalist cult members.
Them too.
Mormons.
Them too. I mean, Mormonism is one of the weird ones where it's like, if you're in the right half of it, you're fine. Probably a normal person. If you're in the other half of it, though, you live in a compound.
True. Well, speaking of Mormons, we forgot to mention this outright. This is part 1 of a 4-part lady binge.
We're going to call it a bitch run?
No. But, hey, we could, because they're all bitches.
I was going to say, it's a derogatory term, but it applies to all of them.
It does apply. Yeah, but still,
they suck.
Four episodes, because we did the Canada binge, which started off as 4 episodes, but became 6, and it also included a 4-part episode on Willie Picton. Then we did the British binge, and then we did the Wisconsin cheese binge.
Listen, if we can't just throw Willie Picton out and be like, well, everything sucked. If it weren't for Willie Picton and his little pig farm and the concert venue there, we wouldn't have Nickelback.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but
well, I mean, they did play there.
I know they did, but still, that we don't attribute that performance to Nickelback's success.
Or do we blame him for Nickelback?
I think we blame them for Nickelback because, never mind. I don't have a. You know where I was going with that.
Oh yeah. So, like, I honestly think that she's trying, like, wanting to have a big family. I think she's trying to compensate for everything that she was denied as a child. Like, she was an only child. She didn't have any brothers or sisters. She wasn't allowed to hang out with her cousins because, like, they're obviously a higher station in life.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but I forgot to. When you said Mormons, it made me remember that one of the ones that we're covering is a Mormon.
Oh, good.
So yeah,
that'll be fun.
So put a knife in that, everybody.
And actually, my most recent episode, I got to make a Book of Mormon reference from the play, which was weird for the topic. But so what followed this meeting with our snake oil salesman was 17 pregnancies.
Jesus.
Yep. 3 of the children survived to adulthood. The rest are either miscarriages, stillbirths, or
shortly after.
Yeah. We got a bunch of miscarriages. We have stillbirths, stuff like that. She lost 14 kids.
Jeez.
Which...
that's got to do a lot to your psyche. And it also, oh man, it also makes what happens later kind of, what little bit I do know about this story, it makes what happens later, a little more tragic.
Yeah. I'm going to open up here for a second. I've been through that twice. It fucks with you. Like,
I'm sure it does.
So all of this is kind of leading up to what our fortune tellers told her, that she's going to outlive all of her kids. Because at this point, she's outlived most of her kids.
Yeah.
By the late 1930s, Leonarda had rebuilt her life into something semi-functional. She and Raphael moved first to his hometown after losing a pregnancy in 1920, then to a brief stint in prison for fraud in 1927. Then they moved to Macedonia out of nowhere.
Do you know what she was frauding? For lack of
I don't really know. But with him working for the post office and then moving to a different country immediately after, it kind of led me to something with the mail system. Like if he's carrying like payroll or something like that, because that was still a common thing back then.
Yeah.
Was to send all your payroll through the mail, which is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 20 years removed from stagecoaches over here being robbed for payroll.
Mm-hmm.
But they moved from Macedonia back to Italy after a 6.6 magnitude earthquake destroyed their home in 1930. Damn. That's a big one. I mean, that's a sizable earthquake. When they move back to Italy, they land in the town of Correggio, which is where the rest of our story is going to take place.
Yay, Correggio.
So, it sounds like a Parmesan cheese company,
It does. It really does.
Like you're walking through Kroger or something and like, I got to get some Parmesan cheese. I'll get the Correggio this time.
Correggio.
It's got less sawdust in it than the rest of it. Because like the shaky cheese, like the shake out, like Parmesan cheese.
I know what Parmesan cheese is.
It's got a ton of fucking like sawdust in it. And a lot of filler. If you're gonna do Parmesan cheese, just buy a little thing of it and grate it yourself. It's not that hard.
Or you can buy shredded Parmesan cheese.
That too.
Yeah.
So Correggio is like a very pretty like little town in
so
the Po Valley.
They're treating freaking Parmesan cheese like it's a freaking drug coming up from Central America.
We got to cut it. We can't get them the pure stuff. This one's been stepped on a couple times. We can sell it.
Oh my God.
At least they're not cutting it with baby laxatives like they do meth.
Wouldn't know.
Me either. I'm just from watching Gangland. That's all. This one doesn't make me shit myself immediately. It's the good stuff. So this place is kind of like equidistant between Milan, Genoa, Bologna, and Venice. I wanted to read it as Bologna, but I didn't. So it basically like picture Venice without the like open air sewer thing that they call canals that they'll take people on tours through.
Yeah.
Because it looks great in pictures. Everybody that I've talked to that's been there is like, it smells like piss the entire time you're there. Because you're literally floating through the sewage. It's not great. I'll just like...
Oh, but people say, I'd like to go back into the Wild West days. No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. No.
You see the like if you watch Deadwood, you see all that mud. That's mostly horse shit and piss, and human shit and piss.
Yep.
Because they just chunk it out the window.
Yeah.
Not the back window, the front
The
window.
front, whichever one's open.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to go back to the Wild West and die of fucking cholera. That sounds great.
Yeah.
So here she opens up a shop. She's selling cakes and perfumes, like herbal remedies, soap, stuff like that. She's really good at it. She's making really good product. She's selling very well. She also starts dabbling in fortune telling on the side, because why not? Because she'd learned from her own experience that the rule of this whole profession of being a fortune teller is basically telling people what they want to hear.
Well, she was be right about that.
Correct. Because if you scare people by telling them what you're actually seeing, if you're actually seeing anything, they're not going to come back. You keep customers happy by telling them what they want. We can relate. We've both worked in the automotive industry. So yeah, upset customers don't come back. Happy ones do. And when they come back, they bring their money with them. She built like a very small but like loyal client base of women who trusted her. They saw her as a friend, even more so than like a vendor of things. And they would come to her with their problems, and she's helping them feel a little bit better about them because she's good at it. But here lies the problem. Raphael takes to drinking. And Leonarda, who's now a successful business owner and has been through this before, goes, nope, you're done, and divorced him. He disappears from the story at this point. And kind of glad he did, realistically. Then her oldest son, Giuseppe, the one who she's been protecting and building towards for a future, signs up for the Italian army. There's a thing happening in Italy in the 1930s, believe it or not. As a history goon, he is currently fighting for the bad guys.
Right.
Spoiler alert, Italy changed sides. So he signs up, which like is the military of like equivalent of showing up to a knife fight with a fucking butter dish for these guys. Because if you look at how World War II went in Italy, the Germans were like, yeah, we're here, but if we can get these guys to die for the cause instead of us dying for the cause, that's a win.
Yeah.
They were cannon fodder. They just Sabaton reference for the shirt. Food for the gun.
Yeah.
But like
that was a Motorhead reference.
What's that?
That was a Motorhead.
That's
reference.
True. That's true. I just went with the Sabaton one because I've heard it there more recently.
Oh yeah, true.
But he's young. He's in good shape. He's very patriotic. He loves his country, which is fine. It is totally fine to love your country. There's nothing wrong with that. But Leonardo knew, because of the curse and the prophecy, that something bad could happen. And considering that people like Patty Mayne, that's another History Goon reference, episode 1, season 1, people like him fought in Italy. So something bad definitely could have happened to her son. He could have just woken up from a nap and there's just like an Irishman standing over him and like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And because that's the kind of shit Patty would do. Yeah. So she definitely could have lost her son to a maniac in an SAS uniform. So she comes to the conclusion, because of her belief system and all of this stuff, that if I can sacrifice a life to protect one, it's worth it. But what happens when we sacrifice more than one life to protect one? Let's find out, shall we?
Okay.
she starts making some plans, and she's also keeping a journal of her plans. And she referred to her journal, Bill, I swear to God, as her recipe book. Everybody's Nana's got a recipe book. Most of them don't have like plans to kill people in them, unless it's, through like type 2 diabetes from pancakes and cookies and stuff. In the fall of 1939, a 73-year-old woman named Faustina Setti comes into the shop. And there's a reference there to a bargain with the devil in a play, but I'm not going to go with that one. Faustina's been single her entire life. She's 73 years old, and she's been single her entire life. And she knows that her time is running out, even though if there is one heritage of people that have incredible longevity, it's the Italians. There's a village off of like one of the little islands where the average age there is like 102, which is insane. Because they just
Murder Matt Motor Coaster told us about that on the Beast of Satan episode, and as a result of that conversation, I have been taking a teaspoon of olive oil every morning.
Yep. Start smoking cigarettes and drinking wine; they'll live forever.
Yeah.
So she's convinced her time's running out. She's got another 40 years at least in her, but she wants to find someone to spend her golden years with. She's been saving her money for this particular appointment with Leonarda. She brings with her the massive sum of 30,000 lira, which, if you want to convert that to real money, is $15.25 American.
What?
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It would cost you 40,000 lira to go to Taco Bell and actually eat. But she hands all of this Monopoly money over to Leonarda in a little bag to help her find a man. And Leonarda told her that she just so happens to know a very wealthy Croatian man that's in the same age range that wants the same thing. They want to just go to whatever that retirement home is in Florida where everybody's got upside down pineapples everywhere.
That would be the Villages.
Yeah, that would be the Villages.
It's not pineapples. It's loofah sponge. No,
loofahs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Same result.
not even loofah sponge. It's those lather builder things.
Like the shower scrunchy things.
Yeah, those.
Yeah. Oh man, old people be fucking. Unfortunately, I know that.
I could move there in 3 years. Oh wait, no, 33 years. Yeah, because I'm 22 years old. Yeah.
Good man. I hate to say this, Bill, but you look much older than 22.
32.
I'd believe 32.
I can't believe I actually. Anyway,
dude, I got carded the other night for Zins because the lady thought I was 19, and I was like, "Oh man, that'd be great."
Yeah, it would.
Oh boy. But she hands all this money over, like no questions asked, and just follows all of the instructions that she's given. Leonarda told her to write letters to all of her friends and family. So like saying like basically, you write these letters, leave them here, I'll mail them for you. Just leave them on the table when you leave. It's fine.
Of course she will.
Also tells her to sell her house and bring everything with her that she has of value because she's not going to need it anymore. I'm your buddy. Just give me your stuff. I'll sell it for you. We'll split it. It'll be fine. Oh boy. The other thing she told her was to dye her gray hair blonde because Croatians prefer a blonde.
Oh God.
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know enough about Croatians. A few days later, a letter arrives from Leonarda to Leonarda, written by Leonarda, from a wealthy Croatian man expressing excitement about this beautiful Italian woman that he's about to meet. Faustina comes to collect this letter, and she hands over the letter, all the letters that are written to her loved ones, and brings all of the money that she got for selling her house, which is like, I don't know, probably like $38 American or whatever. She's ready to go to Croatia, Bill, which makes this the first person in the history of the world to have ever said that with any genuine enthusiasm. It's time to celebrate. So Leonarda pours some wine. They had a couple drinks in themselves, and Faustina says, I'm feeling a little weird. It's like, is that wine a little bit stronger than normal? I don't feel right, you know? Maybe the wine's bad. Maybe it's gone bad. We don't know. Maybe they didn't wash their feet before they crushed the grapes. We don't really know.
Well, that's fine because she's going to be soaped before too long.
Yeah. She's about to have a real bad headache, though. So she starts to like fall in and out of consciousness because she's 73 years old and she's drunk on bad wine. And Leonarda's like, I got the thing. You're going to wake up with a headache. May as well just get it out of the way now. She walks behind her and picks up a fucking axe that she had leaned against the door frame and just starts slamming it into the side of her head.
Damn.
She didn't do this because she hated this woman. And she said that herself. She said that she was doing this to protect her son, Giuseppe.
Right, because, yeah, everybody knows that, you know, if you want your son to survive war, you got to kill people.
You got to kill old ladies.
Well, just people in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I really, but still, I mean, it's kind of defeating the purpose of defending your country when you're killing your own countrymen.
Yes. It's almost like when you send money to a country to buy rockets to defend themselves from another country that you sent money to buy rockets.
Yeah, that too.
That's never happened. Anyway.
Never.
It's not currently happening. Oh, that's politics, though. Hey. So what comes next is our turn in the story. Leonarda moves the body to a closet, and then she goes back to the kitchen.
Wait a minute. Do you have any information on how exactly she came to came up with the idea that human sacrifice would actually work, to protect her son?
I think it was the weird, black magic stuff that she was doing on the side.
Oh, okay.
So I honestly think
it's already in her head. It's already ingrained. It's not like something she came up with on a whim. Okay, I was curious.
And this is probably something that's been in her head since she was a child.
Yeah.
So she goes back to the kitchen, and she goes right over to the handy dandy knife block. She's got a blue's clue as to what she wants to do here. She returns to the closet with a cleaver and a boning knife, and she cut Faustina into 9 pieces that were conveniently exactly the right size to fit into her big old stock pot, because everybody that's got an Italian grandma has got a stock pot. They know she's got a stock pot because she's making soup. She's making sauce. Ah, boy. So she rendered Faustina down throughout the night, brought the pot to a boil, and then let it simmer. You got to let it rest and let it cool. I'm sure at some point in time you have to let it simmer with a lid on. Then as it's cooling down, you have to take the lid off. Just like any soup. This one just happens to be people. So after it's rested, she pours the resulting, quote, black sludge into buckets and then pours it down into the septic system.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this is good. She did, however, keep something. You want to take a wild guess what she kept?
The skull.
No, she kept the blood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she needs it for the sacrifice.
Yeah. So she collected all the blood and let it coagulate to the right consistency and then spread it out onto baking sheets. She preheated the oven to probably 375. Because she knows what she's doing. And she puts these pans in there and lets the blood dry. And she's flipping it to make sure that we have good consistency. We get a good crust, And she cooked it eventually until it was So she basically bakes this stuff until it's like dry and hard, and then ground it into what looked like a very dark flour. She would then use that flour to mix in with, eggs and water and, some chocolate to take the bitterness out, to make tea cakes.
Oh my God.
Which she then sold in her shop. This sounds like British food, honestly, because like they make all that weird shit with like blood sausage and all that.
That's true.
Not a scrap of fucking salt in it when they do it, though. I've thought about this for a long time, and there's a couple of explanations that are not like mutually exclusive. First is the practicality of being able to dispose of this blood. And second is, like you said before, the ritual. In a lot of occult traditions, blood has very specific, like, ceremonial uses.
Right.
So she's completing the sacrifice in the way that the tradition that she's come up with in her head would require. And document it all in the recipe book. Because, there's a lot of stuff that you can measure in like pinches and dabs and stuff like that. Blood, you want to make sure you got the right amount in there and you don't get the right flavor. Faustina's family and friends start receiving all these letters, and nobody comes looking because she's happy. She's in Croatia. She's got some dude with a bunch of money.
Freaking Belle Gunnish shit right here.
Oh my God, dude. It's so close to that, isn't it?
You get very, very
8 months later. 8 months later, Leonarda identifies her second target. A woman named Francesca Savini. She's 55 years old. She's a widow. She's deeply depressed after losing her husband, as anybody would be. She comes to Leonarda, because they're actually friends. They've been friends for a very long time. They're so good friends, such good friends, Bill, that Francesca's like, listen, I'm going to give you a reading. I'm going to read your palm for free. No charge. We're good. We're building trust.
Don't do it, Francesca. Don't
do it.
Don't do it.
Francesca, no. And then after building trust and, all of the goofy bullshit that she's doing, she identifies what she really wants. Because like you said, she's given up all this information for free. What she wants is a good job so that she can get back on her feet. And it just so happened that Leonarda
knew somebody that was hiring.
She does. She knows an all girls school that's hiring. Same process. Write the letters, sell everything, bring me the money. Don't tell anybody the details until you get there. Oh man, she shows up with 3,000 lira, which we know because this money has.
This also has. I've covered him. The guy that was killing people that he was supposed to be getting out of.
The French guy.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Petio.
Petio. There we go.
Yeah, it's got Petio vibes too.
Yeah, it does.
God, she just inspired a lot of people, and not to mention Willie Picton vibes.
Here's the thing: is like Petio was operating at almost the same time.
Yeah,
like the late 30s, early 40s. Yeah, when he wasn't stealing doorknobs.
Although he was a lot younger than she was at the time.
He was in his 20s, right? 20s or 30s?
Maybe 30s, yeah.
So same process. We get some good wine in you. Then, you get to meet my friend, the Hatchet. And then you're going to become very well acquainted with my stock pot. Francesca, on the other hand, a little bit bigger woman than Faustina, which meant that there's more fat to run her down in the process. And Leonarda, being nothing but practical, didn't pour the excess fat down the drain because that's going to back up your pipes.
Oh yeah, just ask what's his name in England.
Yeah, or Joachim Kroll was.
Yeah,
him
too.
I hate that I know these people. Jesus, my internet browser history is just a bag of fucking spiders. And I mean, obviously, anybody that's ever cooked knows you don't dump fat down the drain. You got to get Drano. You got to get a plumber. So you're supposed to put it in like a tin.
One thing that I've done, and like if I have a frying pan with grease on it and everything, I'll pour some water in it, scrub the shit out of it with Dawn and stuff like that. I'll pour it down the drain with hot water, and then squirting Dawn down with it.
Yep.
I don't know if that's effective, but I've never had a drain block. I don't do it every time.
Well, there's a couple of different ways to look at it. Like, do you rent your property?
Yeah.
It's not your problem. But like, so growing up, my grandmother had 2 Crisco cans. She always had 2 cans of Crisco.
Oh yeah, in the freezer.
One's got Crisco, the other has bacon grease.
Yep.
Oh, dude, anything cooked in bacon grease is going to taste so good. You put bacon grease in a pan and throw fucking bread on it and just let it toast. Oh, so good.
Not for me. I'm allergic to pork.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That sucks.
It does.
Like, I'm not real big on pork or bacon. I'll eat ham, but I ate so much pork and bacon growing up that I just like, I don't really care for it.
I would kill for some bacon. A nice crispy bacon.
Can you do turkey bacon?
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same, but it's not terrible.
It's not terrible, no.
It's a good alternative.
Yeah.
It's better than the vegan shit that they try to pass off as bacon when it's just like tofu with, I don't know, whatever mixed into it. If you want shit to taste like meat, just eat fucking meat. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to make stuff taste like meat. Just eat it. Jesus. Anyway. So, I mean, anybody that's going to dispose of grease, you're supposed to put it in an old soup can or something, let it dry and throw it in the trash.
Or stick it in the freezer.
Let it harden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead, she lets the stuff render down and cool down a little bit. Not to the point that it's solid, because what she's about to do, she needs it to still have a little bit of viscosity to it. Because now we're going to start adding dyes and scents to it. And then we're going to let it cool down and make soap. And candles, too. Because believe it or not, fat burns pretty good for candles. She lit her shop with these candles in the days that followed the disappearance and described the resulting soap as, quote, the creamiest, finest soap I've ever made.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our third victim. Late September 1940, Virginia, I think it's Capicano. It looks like cappuccino, but it's got too many P's in it. I think it's Capicano. A 53-year-old woman who's a secretary of the Italian Society of Correggio. If you live anywhere that's got an Italian-American society, that's one thing, but like an Italian society just seems a little redundant. But she's the secretary of the Italian Society of Correggio.
That's almost like one thing that really irritates me is when people say ATM machine.
Yeah.
Automatic teller machine.
Yep. Yeah.
It's an ATM. Just say
or
ATM.
Call it if you want to use the word machine, call it a bank machine. That's fine.
That too. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But with a name like hers, I guarantee this woman spent like considerable amounts of time just like crushing tomatoes in the basement, making her own sauce. You can't not. And she's also a former soprano singer who is fairly well known in the area. Leonarda approached her with an offer as a secretary job to a wealthy old man in Florence, which just so happens to be far enough away that this woman wouldn't be known there. It's also got really good pay, and it's a good opportunity. You should take this job. It's a step up in the world. The reason Virginia had to keep it secret, though, as Leonarda explained, was that this wealthy man was also conducting an affair. He's having an affair. He's cheating on his wife. Guess who he's cheating on his wife with?
Leonarda.
That's right. So Virginia comes back with the most money that Leonarda has ever taken off of somebody in one shot. She comes back with 50,000 lira, which is about $30 American.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. But she also has like bank bonds and jewelry and like fine silverware, stuff like that. She brought some shit with her that's worth some money. Within an hour of arriving at the shop with all this stuff, she's drifting out an open window. In her memoir written years later, Leonarda admitted that Virginia made the best batch of cakes that she had produced with human ingredients.
Oh, God. Did she eat it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's that secretary blood. Makes it really good.
Oh, God.
Jesus. And again, that is published in a memoir that Leonarda wrote from prison. Spoiler alert, she goes to jail.
Nah.
Yeah, right? What she didn't realize, though, is that Virginia has family in the area. Virginia's sister-in-law had seen her go into Leonarda's shop the same day that she disappeared and had not ever seen her come home. She never even saw her leave the shop, actually. Might have smelled her leaving the shop, but she didn't see her leaving the shop. So because she was in there for a while, she watched the building to be like, where the hell is she? And something kind of felt weird. So she decides to confront Leonarda herself, and she was welcomed in with tea and, you know, some fresh-baked pastries that she had just made, fresh out of the oven. They're still warm. They're still warm. They're warm enough to put the icing on still. And she notices a couple of different things. There's a very strange smell in the air, and there's a pot boiling on the stove. She was incredibly lucky to not be the next batch.
Yeah, right?
And after she left, she did the smartest thing that anybody in this story did. She goes to... What's that?
Went to the police?
She went to the police. Or the... oh, God, what do they call them over there?
The constable. No, that's England.
No. I can't remember. She goes to the police.
Yeah.
We now have 3 women that have disappeared in the same neighborhood, and they all knew Leonarda. The police show up to question her, and she's like, hey, you guys want some tea? Cool, great. You want some cakes?
No.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Here you go.
Don't eat the cake.
They have a very long conversation, which leads me to believe they ate the cakes.
Oh, God. Did she have grandkids?
Who's that?
Leonarda.
No. Remember that whole curse?
Yeah.
She ain't got grandkids.
Okay. I'm just picturing her washing her grandkid's mouth out with soap.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man.
Oh,
I don't know if you have to wash their mouths out with soap. You just go, listen, you little shit. You keep it up and you'll be the next one.
Be soap. I'll wash your brother's mouth out with soap with you, little brat.
Oh, man. I just had a really sad thought, and it's kind of gross to think about. If they're little, do you think...
what I just said?
Oh, worse. Since they're little, do you think she was making like the hotel bars of soap? Like the itty bitty ones?
Not according to this stock picture of her that I have. Those look pretty big.
Those are big. Those are like the Duke Cannon bars of soap. The ones that'll last you like 6 years.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a bar of one of those for Christmas the year that I got married, and when I got divorced, I took what was left of it with me.
Oh, damn.
8 years later, I had the same fucking bar of soap because they're like 12 pounds. It's like a cinder block in the shower.
Yeah.
It smelled really good, though. So we have... Oh, hold on here. I already read that part. So, obviously, World War II is still going on. So the investigators got other things to worry about. They leave the shop, and after they've searched the shop top to bottom, and they've found nothing untoward going on here. What they couldn't make sense of was the idea that this woman in her mid-40s has done all of this alone. Anything that she's being accused of. She's just a sweet old lady, you know? She couldn't do this.
What she had an accomplice?
Dorothea Puente style. She couldn't have done this.
Right.
This frail old woman couldn't run a circular saw in a spare room in her house and then bury mentally disabled like people that she had helping her in the backyard. The whole process of like butchering these women, rendering them down, none of it made sense to the police. Okay.
No, it doesn't make sense to me either. And
we'll get to it though, because we'll get to it. I promise. We'll put a knife in that, a butter knife, to spread on the cakes. So they've convinced themselves that her son Giuseppe has to be involved.
But he's out on Anzio defending his country.
Yeah. Watching crosses grow. Oh, Jesus Christ. This poor kid could have been killed by Audie Murphy, too.
He could have been.
Dude, there's so many just maniacs in Italy that could have just been like foaming at the mouth, being like, where's your fucking son? Oh, man. He dodged so many bullets. Just human weapons, just like drooling and like, I need to kill more Italian soldiers. I came here for the Germans, but I'm staying for the linguini.
Did her son get killed in the war?
I don't believe so.
I didn't think I had read that.
I don't believe so. But they think he's involved, like you said, even though he's getting his ass handed to him by the Allies all across like the boot of Italy.
Right.
But what they did here is very interesting. They tracked down through like his recruiting station and all of this stuff and going to like military offices. They tracked him down and sent police to his unit to arrest him anyway.
Oh, shit.
When Leonarda found out that her son has been arrested and charged with all of these murders, even though he's hundreds of miles away at the very least, she went to the police and gave a full confession. Every single detail of all of this.
Oh, wow.
And the police still didn't believe that she had done this all by herself. So this is something that after I read about it, I went back and reread about it because I didn't believe it. They got a judge, they got Leonarda, and then they went on a field trip. They went to the morgue in Correggio because they didn't believe her. So in front of police officers, the coroner, and a handful of doctors and a judge, Leonarda Cianciulli butchered a human corpse.
Oh, damn.
Little bit of debate here across some different sources. General consensus is that she did this somewhere in the time frame of 9 to 12 minutes.
Damn. So there's more people out there that she killed.
Has to be. There has to be.
I mean, you don't get that good. I mean, that would be like picking up a guitar for the first time, and the first time you play it, you're Kurt Cobain. The second time you play it, you're, I don't know, Eddie Van Halen. Third time you play it, you're freaking Steve Vai.
Yeah, she's out here just like finger picking corpses.
Yeah, it's like, no, it doesn't happen like that. It takes practice. I mean, just, Catherine Knight didn't become that good with her knives overnight.
No, hers was all practiced through like working at a butcher shop.
That's my point. My point. It took years for her to get that good.
I mean, that's the other thing that we don't know though. Like, because this is rural Italy, she very well could have been out like butchering pigs or something like that, and getting experience like that. But 9 to 12 minutes to reduce a human body into 9 pieces big enough to fit into the stock pot that they took from her house.
Oh my God.
They brought her stock pot and put it in the fucking morgue and we're like, well, let's see it, lady. And then they're just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So this, with everything that she described in her confession, they went, yeah, I think we believe you now.
And
these guys were
they let her son go with a nice little apology and a little gift basket with soaps and brownies in it.
I made you cakes. Take them back. But these guys were absolutely gobsmacked that she had done this in front of them that quickly.
I'm gobsmacked that she did it that quickly.
So after watching it happen, they went, she probably didn't need help, I guess.
No. Let Giuseppe go. Free Giuseppe.
Well, here's the thing. She did acknowledge that her son played a small role. While he was back to visit her, he was making post office runs for her to different towns and sending out these letters back to her, or back to the family. And this is a time before you could trace where a letter was coming from. So he's dropping these off at just different post offices on his way back to the front. And they're just coming in from different towns, and nobody's any the wiser. And on one occasion, his mother had sent him off with these letters, obviously. She handed him a bundle of what she described as pork bones that was wrapped in paper. And she's like, hey, on your way by, when you go across the bridge, just chuck them in the river. Nobody cares. It's fine. And he didn't think anything of it. So his mom's asking him to run errands. So he's going to. Who wouldn't, you know? My mom asked me to run errands. I'm going to help her.
Yeah, you know? But my mom. What if your mom was like, rendering people and making food out of them?
My mom's a pretty good cook. Not sure I'd question it. I'd be like, well, you keep the sauce and stuff coming. I go to jail for my mom's pasta sauce, Bill. Not going to lie to you. That's on my short list of things for my last meal. If I was ever on death row, it's I want my mom's spaghetti and meatballs.
I make I make my own marinara sauce from scratch too, and it's freaking awesome.
I've got it to almost the point that I can get it that good, but I don't have the mixes right on some things. Like sometimes I don't put in enough brown sugar, sometimes I don't put in enough cooking wine. It's a fine line, and she doesn't write anything down. So it's So the trial of Leonarda Cianciulli is one of the most remarkable courtroom proceedings in Italian legal history to this day, for reasons that have nothing to do with legal strategy or having a really good defense. It's all more about the fact that she kept correcting the prosecution on things.
Oh, God.
When the prosecutors made errors,
it was 1 cup of rendered human fat, not 2. It was only 1.
No. You Ma, you not put enough oregano in. This woman would be rolling over in her grave knowing that you can just buy pre-mixed Italian seasoning now in a grocery store.
Oh, no.
I hate it, but I hate that I do it, but I buy it because it's just easier than mixing oregano and basil and bay leaves and all that shit. It's all ground up into one thing.
I know. I use it too.
That's so good. I put it on my French fries.
I don't do that.
Oh man, I'll take my fries before I put them in the air fryer. Just spray them with a little bit of cooking oil, garlic salt, and then that on it. Oh, god damn, it's good. Anyway, let's stop talking about delicious food and get back to the delicious food.
I'm already hungry. I was hungry when we started.
I haven't eaten dinner yet. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to have French fries when I'm done. Maybe some tea cakes. When the prosecutors are making errors in how they described events, like getting the sequencing wrong and all these little details, she would interrupt them because she wanted the story to be told correctly. She kept a very, very meticulous record of everything in her recipe book, and she's not going to let these inaccuracies stand. She's not going to stand for it. She's got principles. So she also continued to present herself as a victim throughout the whole thing, framing everything as a result of the curse and the prophecy, the 17 pregnancies, the kids that she had all lost. She had no other choice. She had to do this. Look at how they were dressed. The supernatural forces are behind all this, and they required sacrifice. And she was merely a mother protecting her son during a very tumultuous time in Italian history. Believe it or not, the court was not convinced.
Nah, I thought she had the bag.
Yeah. You don't put this woman in front of a jury of her peers. You just like stand her in front of a wall. Like the judge is like, guilty, shoot her. She was asked at certain points through the proceedings about her big copper stock pot. And she explained that as the war is kind of like drawing to a close and Italy was desperately short on materials, she tried to donate it as part of the war effort. Oh. So that's why they couldn't find one of the stock pots, but they found the other. They found her backup. They found her sauce pot. They didn't find her sauce pot.
Damn it. I bought a stock pot from Goodwill a few months back, and now you're making me like question. It's like,
bleach it.
Oh, I did, but still, it's like, what if it was?
This smells like soap.
Some Leonarda cakes or something.
The other thing with stock pots is you got to be careful, because if you get the ones at Walmart, they're really thin and you burn stuff. You have to spend money on a stock pot to get like a good, like fairly thick one, so you don't burn shit to the bottom of it or burn through the bottom of it. In my experience, I've actually burned through the bottom of a stock pot before. It's not great.
I know. I mean, I know that, but I don't turn it up on high even when I'm cooking hot wings on them. I never turn those things up to high.
Who would have thought of all the things that we would be doing on this show, we'd be swapping recipes and talking about cooking before this episode?
No kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna have to show you.
It's so gross and so funny at the same time.
I'm gonna have to send you a picture of my pot rack.
Hell yeah! I don't have a pot rack.
I have a pot rack.
But she donated this to the war effort because she considered it, quote, the patriotic thing to do.
Here's this little pot. Now go get them.
This is a copper pot. You melt it down and you make a medal for my son.
Hi, Mussolini.
I think this is after they strung him up.
Oh, this is after that? Okay. Yeah.
Make a medal for my son. You give him a good one, a big one.
A big one. I know.
You give him a medal of honor. So she donated the murder pot to the Mussolini war machine. The fortune teller from her youth told her, quote, if you, I almost did the accent again. If you left hand, in your left hand, I see prison. In your right, a criminal asylum. So, of all of the nasty, disparaging things we've said about fortune tellers in this episode, and probably just in private to other people, this is the only one that got anything right. She was sentenced to 30 years in prison, followed by 3 years in a criminal asylum.
Well, duh. I mean, it's kind of, that's like a fortune teller telling, I don't know, Mark David Chapman that he was going to be doing some prison time after he shot Ronald Reagan.
Wait,
hold on. Mark David Chapman.
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I get him and the guy that shot John Lennon confused.
I was going to say something about both of them should have had better aim, but... And honestly, the guy that shot John Lennon left the job undone because we still had to deal with Yoko Ono screaming after that. So the problem...
he's gonna say it. He won't sugarcoat
not like in Yoko Ono.
You might even say he's a loon. that's history, Goon.
Kind of like that picture of the two of them standing in their bedroom, like talking about how communism's great as they have somebody fucking changing their sheets for them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, communism's great when you've got money.
Yeah.
It's not great when you're standing in the line for stale bread and pig feet, but whatever. So the prophecy is complete. She spent the last 3 years of her life in that criminal asylum when she died of a stroke in 1970.
How old was she?
1970, 1894. So she was like in her 60s or 70s, probably.
Yeah.
Mid 70s, I'd say. There's really no like record of whether she outlived her 3 surviving kids, which is what the original prophecy said. But one final detail. During her time in the asylum, Leonarda Cianciulli was given access to a workshop.
What did she do?
What did she spend her time making in the workshop?
Soap.
So the staff either didn't know the significance of why she was there, or they were just really, really bad at their job. But yeah, she was making soap in prison. Oh my God. And her tools, the actual like implements that she used in all these killings, are on display in the Criminological Museum in Rome. So if you're, bored with looking at like, all this boring shit, like, we got the Colosseum and all this art and all these sculptures and boring shit, you can go look at murder weapons, She is one of only 3 women in recorded Italian history to be convicted of serial murder. She's found guilty, sentenced, and even died she died at 76 years old. I did have it in here. Which is the longest life of anybody in our story, by the way, 76 years old. Just sad. But yeah, that's Leonarda Cianciulli, the soap maker of Correggio.
I was just pulling up. I was trying to see if I could find pictures of the implements of murder that you were talking about. Came across an old picture of her, like when she's younger.
Oh, can we see it? I've never seen that.
She I'm not going to say anything. I just want to. You said she was pretty when she was younger.
Well, pretty by. Okay, I was going to say pretty by 1930 standards. She's not bad.
She looks like a dude.
I've seen worse.
I mean, if I saw her looking just like that, walking down the street, I would think it was I would think that it was a man in drag.
I mean, she's nothing compared to Belle Gunness, though. So, I mean, she was fucking hot. It's like another one that I covered. Ilsa Koch. She was I'll pull up a picture over here.
Hold on. Before you do that, let me. There we go. That's her. The hatchet and the knives, the stuff that you were talking about. That's from the museum display, the Criminology Museum in Rome.
I mean, I will give him credit. That is pretty good craftsmanship on all that stuff, though. Like that's back when shit was made well.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
That also had pictures of her 3 victims. Her 3 known victims, I should say.
Oh, you do?
It was on that. Here, I'll share it again real quick. It was on that picture that I just shared. Yeah, see?
Yeah, she's at the top.
Yeah,
right next to that.
She's at the top. Those 3 underneath are the victims.
Young women all taken well before their time.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace.
Sorry.
Anyway.
So we're going to continue to be mean to women for the next few weeks. They deserve it.
These women do, not all women. But
speak for no. Speak for yourself. No, I'm kidding.
I've already played it twice.
I know. If you play it a 3rd time, you actually have to pay me.
Anyway, thanks a lot for listening.
Christ.
We appreciate the hell out of it. Like, share, subscribe, rate, review. We need some reviews, especially on Apple.
Yeah.
So yeah, do all the things, do all the stuff. Do it for History Goon as well, because that podcast kicks ass.
It sure does.
And until next week, we come back for part 2 of the. I'm sure I'll come up with a name with it sometime before then, but part 2 of the bitches binge.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go fire up my oven and cook something to eat.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. But anyway, until next time, later.
It's a weird episode to be hungry after.
I was hungry before we started.
I was too.
Like really hungry before we started.
I made sure my kid ate. That I was like, I'll eat after he goes to bed, and here we are at midnight. So.
Yeah. So anyway, until next time, later.
Bye.